Putin's offered a behind-the-scenes look at talks to end the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. The Russian president explained a peace deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan could have been reached weeks ago, but one of the nations was reluctant to concede, contrary to popular opinion there.
On October 19th and 20th, I had a series of phone conversations with President Aliyev and Prime Minister Pashinyan. At that time, the armed forces of Azerbaijan had regained control over an insignificant southern part of Karabakh. In general, I managed to convince President Aliyev that it was possible to stop the hostilities, but his obligatory condition was the return of refugees, including to Shusha. Then, unexpectedly for me, the position of our Armenian partners was formulated in such a way that it was unacceptable for them. The Prime Minister told me back then, "No, we cannot agree to this, we will fight." Therefore, accusations against him of some kind of betrayal have no basis.
The truce is widely seen as a capitulation in Armenia, triggering protests and demands the Prime Minister quits. There's a different mood in Azerbaijan. Baku keeps its military gains and this month will receive 3 other districts in the disputed Karabakh region. But Vladimir Putin says ending the bloodshed makes it a win-win.
The most important thing that's been done is to stop the bloodshed. Over 4,000 people died, according to official data. In reality, I think there are more. Tens of thousands have been injured and maimed. This is not a movie. This is a tragedy that is taking place in real life, with real people, affecting real families. Therefore, stopping the bloodshed is the key thing.
Author and historian Gerald Horne told us how the Armenian premier's U-turn on a truce cost him national support.
Keep in mind that when the Prime Minister of Armenia went into this war, this conflict with Azerbaijan that has left to the deaths of thousands, to the maiming and injuries of tens of thousands, to the creation of displaced persons and refugees, a significant percentage of the Armenian population, not to mention the Armenian diaspora, was in the Prime Minister's corner. But as is often said, victory has 1,000 parents, and defeat is an orphan. And so now you see that a number of the Armenians who were cheering on the Prime Minister when he launched this conflict, or when he entered into this conflict, now are ready to see him take the nearest and closest exit.
Refugees, meanwhile, continue to return to Karabakh under the protection of Russian peacekeepers. On Tuesday, 500 Armenians travelled back to their homes, having fled the fighting. 1,700 people have now gone back to the key city of Stepanakert and expressed thanks for Russian support.
We feel that we aren't alone anymore. We are supported. We've been given our lives back.
I'm happy that Russia is with me. I have nothing to add. I've always respected Russia, and I have nothing to lose.
I feel happy and proud that we have friends like this that help us and don't leave us in trouble.
Russian peacekeepers have reopened the only road link between Armenia and the region to ensure the safe return of civilians. The missions also help to improve cooperation between Armenian and Azeri troops in Karabakh. RT's Murat Gazdiev sends us this report on the peacekeeping work.
Just north of Shushi, the site of some of the bloodiest and most merciless fighting of this war, is a Russian peacekeeper outpost. They arrived to a scene from a nightmare. Roads lined with bodies and bombs, burned and blasted vehicles. After weeks of failure, a ceasefire was eventually reached on the 10th of November. It was full of compromise, where Armenia agreed to hand over various territories it controlled to Azerbaijan. The latter agreed to let ethnic Armenian refugees return to their homes. But signing papers is one thing. Making sure things actually happen is another.
One of the benefits of the 24 or so Russian ceasefire monitoring stations that have been set up here in Nagorno-Karabakh is that they're neutral territories. They're areas where Azerbaijani troops just a few hundred meters away from us can come, as well as Armenian forces, and they can resolve their disputes with the help of Russian peacekeepers as mediators. There are also areas where the Red Cross can come, for example, to do its own work, such as organize the exchange of prisoners, the exchange of the remains of fallen troops, or coordinate demining operations.
It's all about trust. Peacekeepers serve an important function. Sure, they discourage ceasefire violations, but that only gets you so far. What they shine at is getting those who waged war to build peace. To that end, humanitarian groups have flocked to Karabakh, the Red Cross being at the forefront. Now, roads and passes once littered with bodies and traps and mines are safe again. But what breeds even more optimism is that Armenians and Azerbaijanis can gather at the same place and talk, if, for now, through Russian peacekeepers. Morad Gazdiev, RT, Nagorno-Karabakh.